Welcome. This is your senior techie John, back with you for a full tour of the MSC Seaside. We are going to take you on all the decks that have something other than rooms, which would be decks 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 18, and 19. And we'll look up at 20 because that's just for the water slides. They don't have a deck 17 because it is an Italian ship, and unlike the Americans, deck 17 is an unlucky number. They do have a deck 13 though. There were many things about the ship that we did like and a few that we did not like. I will go over those later. Mainly the dislikes was the dining. Felt it did not meet the caliber of ships we have been on before, and it was not as personable as other ships I've been on. Nobody asked your name or called you by name like I've seen on other ships. One of the best parts of the ship are the elevators. They are all computerized. You walk up to a screen, which you'll see later in the video. You punch the floor number you're wanting to go to, and it sends you to a door to wait for that elevator to get there. So you don't have to look around to find where you're going to go run to next to try to jump on an elevator that's coming. You know exactly where to go. You just stand there and wait, and it'll even tell you how long it's going to estimate it's going to be before the door actually opens to let you in. The only problem I see with that whole situation is that you should punch it once for every person getting on board the car, and unfortunately a lot of people did not do that, and so sometimes you got an overcrowded elevator because not everybody that was on the elevator had punched in to be on that elevator. But that's okay. It still worked out. I think there's only like 2 times the whole week that we did not get to go on the elevator that we wanted to go on. So sit back, relax, enjoy the show, and hopefully we'll be able to make this something that you'll be interested in from a senior's perspective. Alright, we're going to start on deck 5. It is the lowest deck that has something other than staterooms on it. It contains the Emotions Immersive Gallery, which is really cool. It also has the main part of the atrium with the seaside bar, the guest services, and the future cruise desk. It has a set of elevators right behind the bar, and the seashore restaurant, which is where we ate during our dining. Alright, here we are on deck 5. We're starting out in the Emotions Immersive Gallery, which is where they take pictures of your iris or your eye and make them into artwork. It's really pretty cool. It looks like these ones over here may be maybe a couple's eyeballs, which they put together. Very interesting. I've never seen anything like this on any other ship. And we'll continue down this hallway into the atrium. Continuing down the hallway, still in the immersive area. Here on the left is photos that they take, but there haven't been that many taken on this ship. On down here on the left is where you pay for the photos, get your internet, and pick up your wristbands, which I'll show you one here in a second. These wristbands are used in place of your room key card to get in your room, pay for anything you want to pay for on ship, and it can be used for just about anything other than playing the slot machines in the casino, getting off board, or going into the spa. Those you have to use your card, but otherwise you can use this. They're $9.99 for one, and I think $14 for two. Continuing down deck 5, There's the Seaside bar, which is the main bar in the atrium. And to the right is guest services. On the other side of the atrium is the future cruise desk. Can't see it very well from here, but I'll turn around here. It's clear on the other side. Here are the steps. These go up and down several places in the atrium. They're made of Swarovski, I think it's pronounced, crystal. I imagine that's pretty darn expensive, but they are beautiful. And continuing back this hallway on deck 5, there are some elevators, and then clear at the back is the Seashore restaurant, which is the restaurant that we ate dinner in every night. Next, we'll move up to the 6th floor. On it, we will find the Ipanema restaurant. That is the other restaurant that we did not eat in. The Shine Bar, the Excursion Desk, the Business Center, the Vinci 1878 Chocolate Bar, boutiques, and the theater, the lower level of the theater. As you can see here, we're in front of the Ipanema restaurant. That is the restaurant on the 6th floor. Our restaurant is on the 5th floor. And we'll go past the elevators again, and we'll continue down into the main area, the 6th floor, around the atrium. Once again, you got the beautiful staircases, and you can look down into the atrium area down on deck 5. Ample seating on this ship. I've seen more seating on this ship than any ship we've ever been on. There's the Shine Bar. Just one of many, many bars. And here on the straight ahead is the excursions desk, where you can go book your excursions. And next we'll head down this hallway, and it will take us to the Vinci 1878 Chocolate Bar. It is quite a place to go see, even if you don't buy anything. We bought a few small things, but at $12 a pound for the chocolate, it is rather pricey, but it is very good chocolate. And they have their own chocolatier here. You will see all the stuff in this window is made from chocolate. And here's one of the chocolatiers right here working on something. He's dipping out chocolate, liquid chocolate. Very good stuff. And I'm not a chocolate eater, but it is very good. And besides the chocolate, they also have gelato here. We tried some of it. I'm not a huge gelato fan, but for those of you who like gelato, it's pretty good stuff for you. And here's some of the products you can buy, like I say, at 12 bucks a pound. Then they got the individually wrapped stuff. And they've got place up here to actually order all your stuff, and you can sit here and eat your chocolate while you're at it. Besides the chocolate bar, there are several other shops right close by. Interesting, most cruise ships we have been on in the past, all the shops were on one floor. On this ship, they're actually on 3 floors. As you can see, there's still ample seating around, and there aren't that many people sitting in them. That's the Effie shop. And we're going to go down this long hallway. And I know where it goes, but I'll leave it as a surprise until we get there. Because I was surprised when I got there, not knowing exactly where I was heading. But it's a little bit of adventure, and I was pleasantly surprised to find out where I was at. There's even a bench there to sit on your way around if you get tired of walking. It is a big ship. One day I checked my phone and I had walked 12,330 steps in one day. It's quite a long ways. Of course, our room was clear in the front of the ship, and the restaurants and the pools and all that are clear in the back of the ship, so we had a long walk to get to where we wanted to be. Well, here's the surprise. We ended up in the theater. Now, there were some people there. It's a small theater, holds about 500 people or less, and you have to book your reservations to be there. That's it for Deck 6. Alright, here on Deck 7, in the front of the ship, you'll find the theater, the upper level going into the theater, the Miami Casino, Champagne Bar, the interactive cinema, the arcade and bowling alley with the Formula One racer, and the garage bar. And on the other side, you got the Haven Lounge and the billiard room. And then the best thing on this deck is the Vinci 1878 Gelato and South Beach adults only pool. Great pool, 6.5 feet deep. It is all salt water, so you just float around. You don't have to worry about drowning. Alright, we'll start off here on Deck 7 in front of the upper entrance to the theater. And then we'll head down the hallway towards the casino. Casino's kind of small compared to other ships we've been on. I'd say it probably only has about 40 to 50 of the slot machines. Has a nice round bar here, and it is a sports bar. It's got all kinds of TV screens around it. And I think there's only 4 gaming tables, or one of them's roulette, and I think the rest of them are card tables. Pretty interesting floor that you go over here, going down this hallway, going out of the casino. There on the right is where you turn in your chips to get money, if you get any. And here on the left, that shows you where we were at that time. At the time, we were at Ocean Key, and you can see how that island, is their private island, is laid out. It's a pretty cool place. We'll go over it later and show you some video from it. Alright, leaving the casino, we're heading back down this hallway, which will take us back into the atrium area. And there are some shops here next to the atrium area, and I think that's another bar. Yes, that's another bar that wasn't opened at the time. And once again, you can look down, clear down to Deck 5, down the atrium, and you still have some more of the beautiful staircases. There's Deck 5, clear down at the bottom. We're up on Deck 7 at the moment. And as we head down this hallway, we're heading into the arcade area. which is a little different than other ships we've been on, because this one not only has a few games, not a lot, but it has a 2-lane bowling alley, which is quite unusual. You just wear your own street shoes. They don't supply any bowling shoes, and from what I've heard, the alleys are very dry. They don't oil them very often. And on the left there you have a foosball table, and I got a couple games down here. Yeah, I'm zooming in here. Don't know if we can see that or not, but the bowling is $30 a half hour or $50 for an hour. So I don't know if that's per person. If so, that's kind of high. But there again, you're on a cruise ship. You can expect things to be higher than normal. So that's the foosball table. We got some ride type driving motorcycle and car simulations. And then we go into the what they call the garage bar, which has got all kinds of things in it from back old time garage. They have an old gas pump and a bunch of other old memorabilia on the walls and around the area. Every night here at 8 o'clock they had karaoke, which I am a karaoke singer, and did that 3 of the 6 nights we were on board. Going out the back of the garage bar, we come into the South Beach area. It has a bar. It has gelato here on the left, and the adults only pool. Like I said, the adults only pool is 6.5 feet deep all over, but it's all salt water, so you don't have to worry about being able to swim. You automatically float in salt water. It makes you very buoyant. And it really wasn't too cold either, which surprised me. It's very comfortable. We have another bar here. I think this is South Beach Bar. And that will do it for Deck 7. Moving up to Deck 8, in the back we have the main buffet, more shops, the sports bar, which I'll go into more detail about, very nice, the Seaview Lounge, the broadcasting room for broadcasting anything on ship, the gymnasium, and the Aria Spa. Alright, here we are still on Deck 7, looking into one of the glassed-in elevators, which we will get on, which takes us from Deck 7 up to Deck 16 at the top. It's a beautiful view looking out at the Caribbean and down at the adults-only pool on Deck 7. We're only going up to Deck 8 and have a look around up there. As you can see, it's beautiful out there. Alright, getting off the elevator, hang right here and then back to the left, and we'll be in the Marketplace Buffet, which is the main buffet on the ship. It's laid out a little different than most. Here on the left you'll see this is where you get your drinks, one of 4 stations to get drinks at. Straight ahead is the the pasta area. Each station is a little station by itself that has one type of food on it. On the other side here is the kids station. Have all the stuff for kids to eat if they want it. They can also get regular stuff. And then you have your cold cuts and cheese. I kind of like this because you don't have everybody going through one huge buffet. Here you got fruits and desserts. And then you got ethnic foods. And rotisserie. And that's your breads. And then there's another area to get drinks. And I don't think I showed this, but here on the left, maybe I do, is the pizza bar, which has pizza. I'm pretty sure it's 24 hours a day. And to the right of that, which I didn't go that far, is the burger bar, which has burgers and hot dogs. Maybe I did go that far. Let me look here. Burgers, hot dogs, fries, stuff like that. Yes, here's the burgers, hot dogs, and fries. It's the grill. And if you get on the other side, we once again have a drink station, and then basically a repeat of what was on the other side. Alright, we're going to head out of the Marketplace Buffet. And on the left there was a deli. There's deli stuff there on the left that we just passed. And it brings you right out into the area of the elevators for the I want to say midship, but it's not. It's actually towards the rear elevators of the ship. You got the glassed-in elevators clear at the back. Then you got about 2/3 of the way back. You got these elevators, and then there's another set at about 1/3 of the way back. This once again brings you into an area going around the atrium, and more seating, more shops. The cute thing there at the Eiffel Tower. And there's an excursion desk there. And you're going back here and there's more shops on the left. When we come out of this hall, we'll be into where the Sea View Lounge and the sports bar is at. This is Sea View Lounge here on the right, and I'll now take you to the sports bar. Alright, here we are in the sports bar. It's a pretty unique place. Once you get in here, you'll see that besides being a nice big bar, there are a bunch of TV screens around it like a normal sports bar. Then you have this huge big screen here with seats facing it, which always has something going on. And then you have these little cubicles, like some has room for 10 to 15 people, some for just a couple or 3 people, and each one of them has a TV in it also. It's a pretty neat place. And once again, there's plenty of seating in this bar. I mean, you could probably hold a couple hundred people in here with no problem. Now here at the other end of the bar, there are some more cubicles, you can see, there's some smaller ones that will only hold a couple of people. And then you got some other larger ones that hold 10 to 15 people. And each one has their own TV. And I assume you can go up and ask them to change to whatever game you're wanting to watch in that particular area. Never seen a sports bar quite like it. It's a pretty nice place to go, I think. Next up is Deck 16. On it we'll find the specialty restaurants, the Butcher's Cut and the Asian Market, as well as a wine bar. There's also the Biscayne Bay Buffet, the Miami Beach Bar and Pool, and the Bridge of Sighs, which is quite interesting. Never seen anything like that on a ship before either. So here we go. Alright, here we are on Deck 16. I didn't go through the buffet on 16 because it's basically the same as the one on 8. It's just a little smaller. So we're coming out into the Miami Beach pool area. We just passed the Miami Beach bar, and this one actually has lifeguards on it, which I've never seen on a cruise ship before. They usually have some people standing around, but this actually has lifeguards with the lifeguard chair and the whole bit, so that's different. They have showers, and they have the big widescreen TV there in front of us that plays movies and has different scenes and stuff on it. Up there is where the zip line ends up once it comes down from up on Deck 20. As you can see, they have plenty of seats. A lot of them aren't even out. Back here you have one of 2 hot tubs on this deck. We spend a lot of time in the hot tubs in the mornings. And now we're coming up to one of the strangest parts of this ship. It's called the Bridge of Sighs. I don't really care for it because I don't like heights, but it's kind of interesting. You are on the 16th floor and you look down to the 7th floor below you. So you're dropping 9 floors if, for instance, that glass would ever happen to break. Next is Deck 18, since there is no 17. It includes the kids' club rooms, the Forest Aqua Venture Park, and the Jungle Pool. Alright, here we are on Deck 18 going into the Jungle Pool Park area. It's got a lot of greenery all the way around it to make it look like the jungle area, with a nice looking pool and a couple of hot tubs, and once again a lot of seating. Got a cute wall there with I guess a fountain over there, and back at the back is a bar, and we will then walk down this way and check out the pool. Nobody in it yet. This was the first day. And continuing on Deck 18, we'll walk down the side aisle here beside the pool. As you can see, there's plenty of seating, and you've got some very interesting looking chairs over here to kind of match the jungle theme. Alright, we're in the Aqua Adventure Park for the kids. Has some Lego characters there, which are nice looking. It's called the Forest Aqua Adventure Park. And in here is where all your slides, water slides, end up. Plus it has all the other stuff for kids to play in the water. Got the big bucket that'll dump on the kids with hundreds of gallons of water. Okay, we're looking at deck 19, which has the basketball courts and some other games you can play on this one. It has the top 19 exclusive solarium, which you have to be, I think, part of the Aurora group in order to do that. And you also have the MSC Yacht Club pool and area, which we couldn't take pictures of because we weren't in that class. You have to pay for a yacht club suite or room to go in that area. It's quite expensive. And while we're up in this area, we'll look up at deck 20, which is the place where you catch the water slides and where you catch the zip line. Alright, this is taking the steps up from deck 16, clear up onto deck 18, and then on up to deck 19. I don't believe there are any elevators that will take you clear to 19. You have to take the steps. But if you're handicapped, I don't think there would be anything up here for you anyway. So steps is probably the only way to get here. Alright, we're now on deck 19. As you can see there on the right is one of the water slides. It actually goes out over the water, out over the outside of the deck or the ship, and you can actually look down into the Aqua Adventure Park from here. I guess this one slide on the right actually ends up on this floor, not down on the Aqua Adventure Park on 16. And this will take us back to that top 19 solarium, which is restricted to us. We're not allowed to go any further than that. So we'll turn around. There is a hot tub right there. And yes, you can see where this slide comes out right there, the blue one. Those are pretty neat there, those cages you can walk out to. Not sure why they are there, but I guess it's kind of a, oh I see, it's a netting that you have to walk across out to those. So it's a little bit of an adventure thing. Alright, we're going on up to deck 20. To one end of it. The other end is where you get on the slides. This end here is where the basketball courts are, and you can see where the zip line goes over top of it right here, which actually takes off from the other end of deck 20. That is one of the holes that the zip line goes through, these big steel rings that you actually go through as you're zip lining. You can see where it ends up clear down there with that structure on the other side of those round structures. That's where the zip line ends. And that will do it for deck 19 and 20. One of the things I wanted to show you is how the elevator system works. Here's when you walk up, you will see one of these screens which has all the floors you can go to. And you just punch the number. Unfortunately, it took me a couple times to get there. It tells you, go to G5 and it'll be there in 20 seconds. So at this point, you just walk over in front of G5, which is lit up above you. And in about 20 seconds or less, the doors will open and you can walk right in. Okay, the next thing I wanted to show you is the Ocean K. Well, actually they call it Ocean Key, even though it's spelled C-A-Y. But this is MSC's private island. It has a beach here on this side. Out in the distance, you can see water out there with some other white sand. That is the lagoon. We will be showing you that here in a couple of minutes. It is a really nice place. It's totally unoccupied except for the people that work there, so you're not bugged by the natives wanting to sell their wares and stuff. There are shops there. You can also eat there free of charge. It's just like being on ship. They have all the food there that is free. They have the bars there. If you've got the drink package, you can use it while you're on shore. You can also buy your booze there if you want to. It's if you're not doing the drink package. And they have these shuttles that take you around the park, around the island. You can see off there on the right, there's some of the places where they live, but there's only 140 people that live on the island. And there's some of the shops there and some of the places to eat. And we're on our way over to the lagoon area, which is where we spent most of the day. It's a really nice beach area. You'll see it here in a minute. They are going to be expanding next year in 2024. They'll shut down for, I think the guy on the shuttle said 6 weeks. One of the things they're going to do is right now, as you can see, you've got the shuttle and people walking on the same pathway. Well, they're going to change that because it's too dangerous. He was constantly having to peep his horn to get people out of the road so he could go on. So they're going to fix that. And they're also going to widen and deepen the area where the ships come in, because they're planning on also allowing Royal Caribbean to come into this island, and their ships a lot of them are too big to come in to the dock area. Here we are coming into the lagoon area. As you can see, there's ample seating, and it's beautiful white sand, and it's a nice big lagoon which has water coming in from the ocean on both ends of it. It is very, very pretty, As you can see, the water is crystal clear, and where it gets dark there is where it gets deeper. You can see it's not very deep right here where we're at, but once you get out to that dark area, it gets deep. And you can see out beyond here is some rafts. You can actually swim out to these rafts and either lay on them or jump off of them, dive off of them, whatever you want to do. A lot of people did that. And you can also see over on the other side there are cabanas that you can rent, and you can spend the day in a cabana. They're pretty expensive, but if you would rather not be in the sunshine but still want to be close to the water, that would be the place to go. They have lifeguards, as you can see, with flags telling you what the conditions are. You can see off there in the distance a bridge that goes over a walk bridge, and also that's where one of the inlets for the water to go out to the sea. It is a very, very beautiful area. I would highly recommend going there and taking an MSC cruise, if nothing else, for this, because I think almost all their ships come to this island, and it's well worth it. Okay, at night they have this light show on the lighthouse on the island. They have a dance going on there too, just to the right of where the lighthouse is, but this thing is all covered with LEDs, and it puts on a light show. It's hard to see from this picture, but there's fish on it and turtles and all kinds of things that go on this light show. It's pretty cool. The last thing that I wanted to show you was the Aurora Spa area. When you first walk in, here's the places to put your get your towels. They have some locker rooms also that either your room key or your wristband will unlock and lock the lockers. Here on the left, we're looking at an aroma shower. You come in, you turn the shower on, and then you press another button which will turn some colored lights on, which I'll get going here in a minute, which adds the aroma. I think there's several different aromas to each shower, and you just have to push the one you want there. Now it's putting out an aroma, which is different. In this spa area, they recommend doing cold and hot therapies. So they have not just the hot water showers, they also have one area that alternates between hot and cold showers. And they've got a very unique room which we'll show you here in a few minutes, which I have never seen in any spa area before that we've ever been in. Alright, here is some sauna rooms. There's one on the right and the left. I believe one of them is hotter than the other one from what the gal told us. It's very hard to see in here with the camera because it is so dark, but you can see there's benches in there to sit on. Typical hot sauna. Alright, here are some chairs just to relax in. Sit back and enjoy the area without anybody around. Search some more of the showers with the aroma in them. And this next room is the room that I was talking about that's different. Never seen this on a ship before. They have a snow room, which actually has snow and ice in it. You have to be careful, it's slippery. I almost slipped and fell myself in here. I recommend taking a towel if you want to sit down, because the benches are very, very cold. And you can see there's a little snowman made over there that somebody made. We'll come back to that here in a little bit. We'll take you a better look at it. Over here you have the thoracic pool. That is it's like a hot tub, only it's got some minerals in it too. And those benches that was to the right of it are made of stone, which heat up. There's some more. Oh, that is the salt room. I was having trouble opening the door because it slides rather than pulls open, but live and learn. Alright, that is a lighted steam room, which I'm not sure why you would want a lighted steam room. As you can see, because it is steam, it fogged up my lens, so I'll clear it off here in a second and you'll be able to see it better. I'm still foggy there. I wiped it off. There, we can see again. We're going to move on down. There's some more showers. There's a lot of showers. That is the room that has the hot and cold showers, and they come up from the floor. They do not come from the top down. They come from the bottom up. Pretty interesting, and you can get quite cold and quite warm quickly. I didn't care for the cold. I'm not a cold type person. I did like the warm water though. Those are the pads you step on. First one on the right is cold, the next one is hot, then the next one is cold, and then back to hot again. And now we have another steam room, but this one is dark instead of light like the first one was. I didn't go in here because I knew it would fog up my lens again, so we just kept on going. And another shower, aroma shower. I think there's 4 or 5 of them total. And unlike other spas that we've been in, this one actually has an outdoor area also, which is different because most of them are all indoors. There's seating here, and there's a hot tub at the other end. it's used exclusively by the people in the spa. The rest of the ship cannot get to this area. Alright, here we are back in the snow room. As you can see, somebody made a snowman and stuck it on there. This is where I about fell. It's very slippery. And that is really snow. Evidently they have a snow machine that makes it. Okay, outside of the Aurora Spa, and as you're going into the spa areas, are your beauty and barber shops for those who care to spend money on ship to get your hair done. Usually that's pretty expensive, so that's entirely up to you whether you'd like to do that or actually need one that bad. And that will do it for the tour of the MSC Seaside from a senior's perspective. Please click the subscribe button at the bottom right, and we'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.